All right, so we got our picks in for the divisional round weekend that we have coming up. Let's do a little bit, and we don't have much longer, but let's do a little rundown of some of the moves we've already seen leading up to the WNBA free agency. We have free agency officially starts on the 21st. But we've already had some trades and a trade that's actually supposed to happen, hope maybe tomorrow. We saw the 2021 MVP, Jonquel Jones, get traded to the New York Liberty, along with Kayla Thornton from the Dallas Wings. Dallas Wings received Natasha Howard and Crystal Dangerfield. And then Connecticut Sun received Rebecca Allen Ty Harris and the number 6 overall pick of the 2023 draft. I think this says a lot about Connecticut more than any of those other teams. I think I blame Kurt Miller left, their coach, got them to the finals, wasn't able to finish the job against the Las Vegas Aces. But I think since the season started, all eyes were on Las Vegas Aces. All roads to the championship led through Vegas. So I think that was a tall task for any single team. And it just wasn't enough. And then your coach quit on you, and he left for supposedly a better market in LA. In a team that let Candace Parker walk
Megan,
and has had struggles.
Megan, can I ask a question?
Go ahead.
Because I find it very funny, and I'm not trying to be facetious or sarcastic. I just find it very funny that you, of all people, are saying that Kurt Miller quit on his team.
He did.
Like, I need some explanation.
He quit on his team. He quit on his team. Is he there? Is he it? I mean, he was maybe one piece away to maybe going back to the finals again. And then he just quits and goes to LA, a team that is beyond struggling. And they don't even know if they're going to be able to sign Nneka back. And I'm sorry, wherever Nneka goes, Chiney going too. So you're just going to lose the Agumake sisters, not only your best players, but you're also going to lose the president and the vice president of the Players Association. And then you got that train wreck and Liz Cambage. Yeah, you quit on your team.
Okay. All right. I think I'm going to put a pin in this one.
Look at him and the Mohican tribe. Look what they have built over there in Connecticut. That is a solid squad that was in the finals. And you just quit Megan, on your team?
Hold on. But Jonquel left. Jasmine Thomas is gone.
She didn't leave until none of those ladies left until Kurt left.
So what does that say about they left because their coach left? If you're talking about that team is a piece away from winning a championship, then it shouldn't matter who the coach is. I understand, as you always say, okay. But if the team can rally together, then I don't know. I disagree with you on that one. It's very rare that you and I disagree with WNBA stuff, but I don't think Kurt quit. Kurt went somewhere where he was going to be able to do what he needed to do. And for Connecticut, it was like that was the start of the implosion. But I don't blame Kurt. Kurt was like, look, I got to go.
I highly disagree.
So, okay.
Does that count as quitting the other players if they up and leave and the coach leaves? Does that count as quitting too?
Oh yeah, no, they're giving up on the situation too. But I'm not sitting there saying that they're not giving up on the situation. I'm saying I blame Kurt.
Okay. So Kurt was the first domino to fall, and then once he did it, everybody else just followed suit. So.
Yeah, and now they're blowing up their roster. We also. Everybody wants to know where Brianna's going. I don't know if y'all saw the tweet. It was just a bunch of emojis, hieroglyphics, in the comments, it was hilarious. Somebody said that Ruby probably had her mom's phone and she just posted something random, and everybody, WNBA Twitter is losing their mind trying to figure out where Stewie's going to go. Everyone thinks likely destination is going to be New York. She's from New York. She signed a 1-year deal last year to rejoin Sue Bird. It was she interviewed with some of these other teams last year, so it's not a surprise that New York is a destination. It looked like either she was going to leave after another year after Sue was done, or she was doing this for cap reasons to help the team out, and that they were going to give her contract this year, which either one of those I think is plausible. because this is the team that drafted her, and I think she's loyal. But I also feel like she's 28. The women's careers don't last as long as the men's generally. Not everybody is DT or Sue Bird. Like generally 36 hits and the ladies are done. And then also we also heard just about an hour and a half ago that the Wings are probably going to trade Alicia Gray, my favorite player, to the Atlanta Dream. There's not one person on the Atlanta.
Really?
Yeah,
Wings.
there's not one. Hold on. There's not one person on that roster that I want in exchange for Alicia Gray except for Ryan Howard, and they're not going to give up Ryan Howard. So this is going to be a trash move.
That's one less team we got to worry about. The Mystics getting to the championship.
No. Don't get it messed up.
Worry about.
Don't get it messed up because we did get Natasha Howard. We're talking about somebody that's a 3-time champion. Like we're talking about somebody that's a defensive player of the year. Like Natasha Howard is a baller. Maybe it was a cap issue and that's why we got to move on from Lish. But I don't like the move whatsoever. I think you do whatever you can to keep those three, Marina, Arike, and Lish together. But maybe it was a cap thing. Obviously, Natasha's a baller, so I'm super happy to have her on the squad. This is Crystal Dangerfield's. This will be her 4th team in 4 years. I don't expect her to finish the season.
Yeah, look, the Aces had their moment in the sun. Just say that. It's Mystics
they're
time.
likely to repeat.
It's the Mystics time. Let's get those frauds out of the way. It's the Mystics time. Everybody else, the sky is falling. You know, all these teams are falling apart. It's the Mystics time. Brianna, you could just come right down to Washington, hang out there. You and Della Don, we'll make it a party. We'll win a championship. Bring it back to DC. Finally bring some prestige back to DC because.
Sports Arena, ladies and gentlemen, is brought to you by the word of today is drug #tested. Brought to you by John Scheer, because we'd have no clue what he is on tonight. You give this man a little bit of power and look, it goes straight to his head. Anyhow,
it's going to be very interesting. Keep an eye out for it. The entire Chicago roster is a free agent, so we have no idea what's going to happen over there. And it's just a huge free agency season. So keep your eyes peeled. We're going to have tons of news this weekend, WNBA News this weekend.
And we don't even know what's going to happen with BG. Like, if she comes back, that changes a lot in the WNBA too. We have no idea what's happening there.
They have 2 roster spots open as well. They have Shea Petty's going to be on the injured reserve, and then Skylar's on maternity leave. So definitely going to be a very interesting free agency. Like the landscape of the W is going to look very different come this season.
And they're playing, 40 games this season?
40 games, and we got a game in Canada.
Yep, first game ever in Canada between the Chicago Sky and the Minnesota Lynx.
Very excited for that. And in case you missed it, this past week, the very last member of the championship squad core of the Minnesota Lynx, and Maya Moore, retired. There was a satire account on the WNBA Twitter who said that she loved how Maya had 5 kids, opened 4 law firms, a couple of daycares, rescued her husband, and that took 6 years off, goat behavior. And then she wants to check in and say, hey, I'm retiring, guys. Like, yes, girl, we knew, and we was glad to hear from you. But that's going to do it for us for Sports Arena. We have hit our time limit here. Thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you check us out at the National Scouting Combine next week, the 22nd through the 27th. You can catch all that coverage on Sideline Sports YouTube channel or Sideline Sports 1 on Twitter. Thank you, James, for joining us, and we will see you back, guys, next week. Play the outro video.
Yeah, John, do your job.